So just a few words on safety before we go. Please remain little one seated, and please also keep those arms, knees, toes, any moustaches, like trim. You don't want anyone to get scratched by anything on this ride.
Little one seater.
We are going to make a stop at our butterfly cruise, confiscated by Florida Fishery and Wildlife and brought here for us to care for. He is a western cougar. He's not a true Florida panther, but he helps bring a lot of awareness towards their cause. The Florida panther is an endangered species, and there are less than 300 panthers in the world today. That is due to hunting, deforestation, and construction, and also motor vehicle collisions. Guys, this year alone, 33 panthers have died due to motor vehicle collisions. That's not good. Guys, do you know that not all big cats roar? In fact, the Florida panther doesn't roar at all. What he does do is he can purr, just like a house cat, but louder because he's bigger. He can growl, but mostly he likes to yowl to communicate. Can you guys yowl? We're now coming past our flamingos. Keep a lookout here on the driver's side. Now here on the driver's side, we have some one boy who's trying to impress the female there.
There's one boy trying to
impress the handsome one with the metallic blue neck and the beautiful long train. The female is the brown bird with the green neck. She's not too interested in this. Guys, if you take this pathway down the driver's side, down and all around the back, you'll see the rest of our rescued wildlife. We do have bobcats, river otters, alligators, turtles, and our black bear, Josh. Josh is also a senior with a nice cool breeze through. But guys, today you're in luck. Well, two reasons why you're in luck, because firstly, it's a lot cooler than it normally is here in Florida, and secondly, we do have AC in that house, so you can go in and you can learn all about our founders without sweating. Our founders, Jane and Floyd Way, they bought 320 acres of land in the Everglades, and that was in 1927. They planted a 40-acre citrus grove, which they called Flamingo Groves. At the height of Flamingo Groves, they had 2,000 acres of citrus. The citrus having a little sand bath over there. And we are also passing our bananas. Keep your eyes peeled. The most consumed fruit in the world, guys. Over 100 billion bananas get eaten every year. If you look at the top here, you'll see some bunches of bananas growing in. A group of bananas is called a
Langka.
It's the largest fruit that is born on a tree in the world. So the one that we see up here now, our tree or chocolate tree. As we go past, look up in those top branches, you're going to see some pods. Guys, don't forget you have to stay seated, okay? You need to sit down. I'm going to be taking some turns and stuff.
Yan ang coco. Ayan ang coco.
So that is where we get cocoa powder from, which is the main ingredient of chocolate. Now, waiting storms, hurricanes, and tornadoes, and they do keep tearing up our canopy. A canopy, which is also called a monkey highway, is all that vegetation that covers the skyline. In a true rainforest, the canopy is so thick that only arriving up again into a different tree island, guys. You might notice up here, the trees look different. The leaves are a lot smaller. They don't have to work as hard to capture all the sunlight like they have to do in the rainforest. This is our native hardwood hammock. This area, Mrs. Ray actually asked that it be preserved for future generations. So we don't do much here except for maintain the pathway for the tram. It's all original. What kinds of animals that you would find in a hardwood hammock originally would be animals like black bears, panthers, opossums, raccoons, birds, snakes, white-tailed deer, bobcats, and also the Native Americans. The Pecestas, the Seminoles, they lived here originally. Now we are here at our wetlands area. We've got our man-made pond or mitigated pond on the driver's side. Guys, we are not need to be rehabilitated. Once they are healthy, guys, we release them back into the wild. The only time we'll keep an animal here with us permanently is if it is permanently injured or human imprinted.
What is that?
On the edge of the water, guys, we have a lot of aquatic plants. These are called spattered off or bonnet lilies. These plants help to filter and clean the water. But they call it bonnet lily because bonnet is an olden day word for a hat. And if an alligator were to come up from the water and one of those leaves fell on his head, it would look like he was wearing a hat, hence bonnet lily. But don't worry, guys, there's no alligators here, okay? What we do have is some turtles. So if you look on this palm tree that we're passing now, we've got some turtles out. They're getting a little bit of a suntan right now. Well, they're waiting for the sun at least. Actually, when the sun is out, it will hit the side of the pond at about
turtle.
So they got a
See a
little bit
turtle
of
on the
time.
tree there on the
Hopefully
bottom?
the sun will come out and they can get their little song. On the driver's side, we are passing a little grey duck. He's a Swedish blue duck. He's got a feather that sticks a mallard with a green head. The mallard's name is Presley. We've also got a lot of ibis, the white bird with a hook-shaped beak.
Tracy.
Ibis are Florida native birds, and they also have a nickname. They call them hurricane birds, and that's because they're really good at telling the weather. They are the last to leave when a storm is approaching, signifying danger is imminent, and the first to return after a storm has passed, signifying clear skies ahead. So when your weather apps start working, make sure you follow the hurricane birds, okay? Here's a one little Muscovy duck also hanging out there, the black and white duck with a red face mask. Now we are here at looking out the ground. These are called cypress knees. They're actually part of the tree's root system. They help to anchor and stabilize the tree in the wet soil. Out here, guys, this is not dry land. This is all part of the pond. Those are all aquatic plants back there. There's some pickerel, there's some spider lily, and there's some swamp lily out there. Alright, next up we're going to head up into our mango grove. Who likes mangoes?
Me.
Yummy. Mango season is around May, June, July, guys. So if we have some mangoes, come and visit us then. We do sell them in the gift shop when we have a good season. We do have 12 different varieties, but you know that mangoes come from India. So if you went to India, you could try over 1,000 different varieties of mangoes. That's a lot of mangoes. In the middle of our mango grove, you'll see a box that is are rare and endangered. We do have several different species, but there is only one that is native to Florida, and that is the kunti. The kunti is also the host plant for the Atola butterfly. On the passenger side, I'm passing some bamboo. Guys, bamboo is not a tree, it's also not a plant, it's actually a grass. It's super fast growing, can be used sustainably instead of plastic, it's biodegradable. We can make knives, forks, spoons, plates, clothing, and even toilet paper out of it. It's very handy. In front of the pond, guys, we got some cinnamon trees coming up. So these cinnamon trees that we're passing now, these ones here, these are tropical cinnamon trees. The cinnamon spice that we enjoy at home comes from the inner bark of those trees. Yummy tree bark. And on the passenger side, we got a very big tree we're going to pass now. This is a sapphire. It has a fruit that tastes like a pear with brown sugar. And they actually used the sap from the sapphire to make chewing gum back in the day. Now we are climbing up our mountain. Hold on tight, guys. This is the second highest point in Broward. It's a staggering 26.5 feet above sea level. Hold on to your hat. Alright, I know it's not much, but you're in Florida, so this is what we got. Up here on our mountain, we did find some Native American artifacts. We found a half a dugout canoe, some arrowheads, and some utensils. So we know the Native Americans lived here some thousands of years ago. On the passenger side, we've also got a rainbow eucalyptus tree here. There's 3 of them. The rainbow eucalyptus, as it grows, the bark peels, and all those beautiful colors emerge and can show even more beautiful colors the bigger and older it is. And the next one is the calabash. If you look on the ground under the calabash, you'll see some shells from the fruit. And if you've heard of a musical instrument called the maraca, the calabash, the maraca is a shaking musical instrument. It's kind of like a rattle.
Ay, banyan tree.
Ay, banyan tree. Yan ang sa ano? Sa Marianas. May mumu dyan, buds. Maraming ano yan. Maraming kwento dyan. Merong kwento si Kuya.
Nasa pabalik na.
So many peacocks. We should rename it.
All of the trees we're passing on the tone species in the plant kingdom because they offer shelter and habitat to a host of other plant animals and insects. Even the peacocks like to sleep up in those trees at night time. Guys, we're heading back into the tram station now. Thank you so much for coming out and joining us. I hope that you have enjoyed the tram tour. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to come ask me. My name is Carola. I'll do my best to answer. Please do watch your heads when you climb out the tram. The roof is
Release Center. So that means that a lot happens here. Every single animal that is a resident here got a second chance at life. So that means they can't go back to the wild for one reason or the other. And today you're going to be meeting 3 special guests that you cannot see anywhere else but right here. Are you guys excited? All right, very cool. Now, while these animals may be in captivity, they are still very much wild. They don't do any tricks. Neither do I. So this is an educational event. And we're a very small clinic, so we get to help local wildlife thanks to the generosity of others. As a nonprofit, it takes a community. So if you guys want to join the mission in helping local wildlife here today through the wildlife encounter, you can through that little box. That little box helps so many different animals, you guys. So we appreciate your generosity and your support and for being here today. Now, are you guys ready to meet your first guests? Yeah. All right, this is a fair warning, guys. For anyone coming on in, please come take a seat because we are meeting some wild animals. When they do come out, please do not cross through this center area for any reason. Both sides of the stairs lead over to each direction, and the back of this is a full circle. So please do not cross in front of here. Now, for our first guest, she's a big hugger. Is anyone a fan of hugs here?
Hindi ako.
Raise your hand if you're a hugger. You enjoy hugging your
no.
loved ones, for example. Alright,
no.
did you know that a 15-second hug a day lowers your cortisol levels by 73%? Yeah, it's a real fact. So everybody get ready to meet Flamingo Gardens' biggest hugger, Big Bertha.
Oh no!
Big Bertha is a Burmese python that is 10.5 feet long. These ladies have to come out to help me because she is a big constrictor now compared to when she was only just a baby. Bertha came to us because a man moved to Florida not knowing that this is an illegal species to have. So he had 2 options. He either had to euthanize Bertha, tiny little snakes, and then each year they're going to grow up to 4 feet. So within the first year, a Burmese python can get up to 4 feet in the wilderness, and then another 4 feet the next year. By the time they are, in the wild with unlimited space, unlimited food, they can get up to 20 feet in 10 years. And that is very large. Burmese pythons, they're just trying to survive in this environment, and they're eating what they can, which is native. So that's why it's become a huge issue. So Bertha here, she is microchipped. She is not allowed to get a husband python and create a family. She is not able to be released for any reason because we already have a lot of Burmese pythons. There's an estimated about 100,000 to 200,000 Burmese pythons. The longest one caught was over 18 feet long. So, yeah, earlier we saw one right back there under you guys. Yeah, look, it might still be there. Look down. No, I'm just kidding. But if a Burmese python does come around here that isn't Bertha, we have to report it. We have to turn it over to wildlife commissions, and that's what the policy is here in the state, to remove them from the ecosystem. Because we're seeing less and less marsh rabbits, for example. We're seeing less marsh rodents. A lot less deer. Deer are like near to nothing here in Florida. It's very rare to see deer anymore. They're eating up everything that they can because they're trying to survive. Now, the way that they look for their food is from the wetlands, even on land, with that tongue. That tongue is shaped like a V, so it can smell left, it can smell right. They don't have the greatest vision, but they can see your veins. They can see your jugular, they can see all that warm circulation, and it's thanks to some fine glands in the snake's face that shows them, hey, look at all that warm circulation in that mammal. Is that food or is it danger? That's for humans. If it sees a deer, it's gonna think, oh, that's food, let me prepare to hunt. And then this animal has over 100 teeth in that mouth, and their teeth are called fangs because they're shaped like fish hooks. They're going to be able to grab and then hold on and then wrap its body around you and then squeeze and never let go. The best hug for her. So when she doesn't feel a pulse, she'll start widening that mouth. That mouth has joints, ligaments all through it, not too much muscle, but all joints and ligaments. She's going to be able to expand her mouth up to 3-4 times the size of it. And then her stomach acids will take care of the rest, right? She's going to sit put for a few days, maybe a few weeks, maybe a whole month, depending on the size and density of the meal. Will depend on how long it'll take that snake to digest. Now, who here screams when they see a snake? Anybody? Okay. Thank you for your honesty. That's very kind. It's a safe place. It's okay. It's a safe place. Just remember. All right. Snakes, they don't have ears. Don't shout at them. They can't hear you. Instead, they can feel your footsteps. So if you're out on a walk with your friend, make sure you're always faster than your friend. Okay? That way, you can always get away from the snake before your friend. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Snakes, at the end of the day, they're mid-level predators. They're needed to keep a balance in the ecosystem. This is one of the only animals in the food web that eats animals above them and below them in the food chain. And they're also a food source for animals above them and below them in the food chain. So, whether they have scales, feathers, or fur, they are totally needed to keep this world going on. Let's give it up for Bertha, y'all.
Bertha! Bertha! Bertha!
Let's give it up for Shannon and Miranda one more time. Give her a kiss? Oh my gosh, we're doing it. Yeah, this is like...
No, she just did that.
Yeah, this is 75% of the crew today. Give it up, give it up. Literally, we're taking care of 98% blind. Got his name, step up, not a boy. He got his name because there was much hope behind his rescue. He was found fallen with the left eye at the size of a baseball. So that eye is not missing. Step back. After surgery, after recuperation, Hope found his home.
Go home. Wow.
Whoa. Say hi, Hope.
Hi, Hope.
Oh, we got a big crowd today, bud. Yeah, Hope has been here for over 18 years.
Oh, wow.
He has been a resident since he got rescued, rehabilitated, and he was deemed non-releasable because he's missing his left eye and the majority of the vision to the right eye. This is what we do here. This is the type of stories that led this place to get started, to show you guys what's out here in Florida. This is a red-tailed hawk. Red-tailed hawks are the biggest and the baddest, and they have such a fierce voice that it's more fierce than the bald eagles. Yep, let them know. And so, in the movies, anytime you see like a bald eagle on the cinema, it goes, it's like a high-pitched, piercing sound. It's this bird. Bald eagles sound like ducks. They do, they honk. So strange. So red-tailed hawks are known to be not only very vocal, but very fierce in their nature. They're very bold hawks. And in fact, they're robust in body and in bravery. Red-tailed hawks are part of a family of hawks known as the Buteos. Buteos are soaring hawks. I call them the airplanes of nature. And then their cousins, the accipiters, are the jets. So if you ever see a hawk doing backflips, going through tree branches, bushes, chasing down another bird, that's an accipiter. Whereas your Buteos, they're more opportunistic. They're gonna sit put and wait for an iguana to come on by, maybe a rat snake, a squirrel, lots and lots of rats. You know, they're ambush predators too. But you'll be able to see them often. Maybe you're on a road trip this season on light posts and on different types of branches. They like to sit put and watch out. They have two types of vision, monocular and binocular vision. 20% monocular, 80% binocular. So they can zoom in literally half a mile to a mile away within 8 seconds. So they're going to be soaring. They're going to use each individual eye to look down and to look up, because all birds fly at different levels. This one can fly up to 5,000 feet above sea level. And what they'll do is they'll find thermals and they'll find a current, and then they'll migrate to, let's say, Cancun, just because, you know, that's the beauty of being a bird. Florida brings a lot of birds because of the wetlands, and we're a big migration spot. So you'll see birds come from South America, Central America, from the Northeast, from the West, all down here for nesting purposes. So red-tails, when they're in the territory, they also fight off. But when they do find love, the male seeks out the female. You could say they're traditional. Once the red-tailed hawk male finds his female, he is going to show off and also demonstrate a courtmanship. He's gonna bring her the best food, showing he can provide. He can bring a meal, right? Many meals. Then he's gonna bring her the best sticks, showing he can build a shelter and nest. Then he's also gonna show off his flight pattern. Oh yeah, let's see those wings. Yeah. He's gonna show off and show her how well he can fly, and if she accepts the offer, she'll take flight with him. Then they're going to fly together up to 5,000 feet above sea level. Then they're going to dive down, and they're going to lock talons, and they're going to swivel. And then before they hit the ground, they let go, and then boom, hawk marriage. Sick. Yeah. So that's how they demonstrate monogamy. They are monogamous couples, and you can tell the difference between the male and the female within the size. One is bigger than the other. Who do you think is bigger? The female, because they do all the work. Just like in real life. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding. The female birds of prey are 25% larger than the males because they're typically on the nest, incubating, and she needs all that extra fluff to incubate. So typically they're bigger because of that. And the males, they will always help out on the nest, might I add. If she decides she wants to go and hunt, he has to stay home and babysit. So it's a beautiful thing to witness in nature. Now, their talons, of course, are what do the hunting and the defending. If y'all are ever helping any hawk out there, please remember, anything with a mouth can bite, but they have talons. They can stretch out pretty well, and he can squeeze over 250 pounds of pressure per square inch per foot. So please get gloves if you're helping one. Now, they live on average between like 10 to 12 years. That's it. Because there's lots of challenges in the wild. There's a lot of man-made things, from electrical lines to buildings, rat poison. We'll talk more about rat poison with our next guest. But on average in captivity, they can live over 30 long years, y'all. So let's give it up for Hope. He did so good. You're a star. You're so excited. Good job, Hope. I know, an airplane at the same time. You know, birds don't like airplanes. If you didn't know that, I attest to it today. To say you heard it here, folks, from Kenya. Birds do not like airplanes. I'm convinced that birds believe airplanes are like UFOs. Lose the desire to really stay with their survival mode, to stick with their instincts. And that becomes totally detrimental to the animal. They're just going to want to get closer to humans, which is also dangerous. And although they look amazing, you don't want this coming close to you. Look at that. You got everybody say hi, Doctor Who.
Hi, Doctor Who.
Good job. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. You guys are honorary Birds of Prey trainers today. Miss Doctor Who here, we thought she was a male for some years, and then she laid an egg. That's how we found out she was a lady. And I found the egg. I was shocked. And Doctor Who, she doesn't want to associate with any other owls. Even if we put an owl near her or in front of her, she is either fight or flight. And that is the result of withholding her for a few days from when she was a baby. True story. Yeah. So, as a great horned owl, this is something we need in the food chain. This is what keeps lots of different rodents and animals at base. They keep an entire balance because they're apex predators of the sky. We need apex predators, whether it's cougars, mountain lions, we need them. We just have a lot of space to, divide between each species. But as for owls, they do pretty well because we still have trees and we still have lots and lots of rats. Guess who attracts the rats? Us. I don't know if you knew that, but we're one of the main reasons that rodents thrive. So having more owls is never a bad thing, not just to look at, but literally from an ecosystem point of view for us. They are one of the main indicators. They're a bio-indicator of our habitat's health. So Doctor Who couldn't be wild, but she's still a great horned owl. Those big yellow eyes right now are zooming in on a squirrel that she loves to look at back there that none of us can see because she has 100% binocular vision. This animal can see 100 yards away, crisp and clear in 7 seconds. So that's like you reading a book across a football field at night in 7 seconds. Amazing. Now the reason their eyes see so well is because they're shaped like a bell lying sideways, with the top of the bell being their iris, and that bell has added cones and rods, and this also allows her to see in the daytime and in the nighttime because she has yellow eyes. Owls with dark eyes are your true nocturnal hunters, but owls with light eyes are crepuscular. They're not diurnal, they're crepuscular. They like to hunt at sunrise and at sunset. Please get your dogs now. You're heavy, girl. You're heavy. I know I think you're good. So, owls are always going to be turning their necks, not in a full circle. That would be weird. They can turn their necks up to 270 degrees, 2 times as much as humans, because we have 7 bones in our neck, they have 14. They need to turn their necks because their eyes aren't ball shaped. They can't move their eyes. And that's why we see them constantly turning that neck up to 270 degrees. Now, owls, raise your hand if you've always admired owls. Like, I want to see, I'm doing a social experiment. Okay, is it Harry Potter? Raise your hand if Harry Potter was the reason. Okay, we got a few. Guess what? Owls are silent and deadly predators. There you go. I'm going to put it that way. They're the only silent flying bird on the planet. Every single species of owl is not heard in flight because they have fringes, which are comb-like lines along their primary feathers. This breaks the wind noise. So they literally hunt in silence. This species has the nickname in the wildlife industry, in like the wildlife world, their nickname is the flying tiger. Imagine a flying tiger, it's this. bald eagles don't mess with this animal because they're stronger, faster, and they're silent. A bald eagle can squeeze its talons, about 310 pounds of pressure per square inch. This bird can squeeze her talons up to 500 pounds of pressure per square inch. And because she can be nocturnal, what they do during nesting season when they're looking for a nest, because they don't build nests, they steal them. Another fact about owls, they'll kick out bald eagles while they're sleeping. Yep, and that's a real thing. I encourage you to search that on the internet. Bald eagle gets evicted by great horned owl. So funny, to me at least, because I work with them. Now the reason her talons are stronger, up, please. Thank you. Her talons are stronger because of the positioning. Owls have zygaldactyl talons. They have 2 toes to the front and 2 toes to the back, whereas eagles have chicken feet. So owls in general, they have predators that are only apex, or if it's their own kind, let's say another great horn, but on average live to about 12 to 15 years, sometimes 16. I think 16 was the record. But in captivity, they can live into their 40s. Very big difference. Less dangers, all the resources, and of course, veterinary medicine. All right, guys. Well, that is it for our wildlife encounter. We thank you so much. Thank you for learning with us. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you have a beautiful day at Flamingo Gardens. Thank you, everybody. If anybody wants to come up and meet Dr. Who, you can sponsor for me to be here. If you want to take a picture, go. And again, if you want to help local wildlife, don't forget about that green box. That green little box, please. My right helps us help wildlife. Thank you, everybody.